Well, we can only live in here so long.
So, for a quick recap of last week, our party members made it past the barricade, made it past this demonic wall that weeped and had sounds, discovered this haunted bird cage, made it to outside, looked around, noticed that outside was not the best strategy, made it to a hallway, and now they are here. If you don't mind, send me your HP on a whisper from Discord, or you can send it in game. Also, I'll make an announcement. Please, when you roll skills perception, try to whisper them to me so you can't see them for metagaming purpose. But I'm ready. Matt, we'll let Restraint go first this evening. Restraint, and then Flesh Lord, followed by Juglin, the NPC.
How do we whisper things to you in game?
If you in the Roll20 chat, if you do /W and then you pick Jeremy's name, or you just start typing his name, it should auto-select it.
Oh, here we go. If you go into configuration, you can go to whisper rolls to GM under roles.
Yes.
And you can put query whisper.
Yep, that was the next thing I was going to say. That's the easiest, honestly.
Okay, so Restraint, what do you want to do? As you're walking through this hallway, you heard the brilliant at the side, but you couldn't get through. You still can hear a little bit of lightning through the walls, but the thunder, and the thunder is kinda. It seems like it's laughing at you.
That's unsettling. So just to refresh my memory, we have realized that this is a dead end down this hall, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to turn back.
Was there anywhere we haven't explored yet?
This courtyard. Well, sorry, I might be metagaming. I don't know if we know it's courtyard yet. This door, back here.
And then there's the two. And there's the doors here, and then there's the other doors that lead outside the front.
Oh, there's also that door way back up in B13 we never went through. Up here.
If you never went through there either.
Oh shit, I forgot about that. That's right, we turned back to rest.
So I guess assuming nothing runs into us, we'd probably want to go check that out first.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's we can probably move swiftly and it won't take too long. Jeremy, do you want us to just...
Yep, you can make a character. Well,
go straight there?
Go to the checkpoint. The checkpoint will be the Captain Vast.
Right here at
yeah,
D8.
So
okay.
So as you walk to the, it seems like the lobby or whatnot, you start to hear the tink 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 tink, but then Captain realizes, oh, it's you. He says, quickly, I need your assistance.
Yeah, what happened?
He says, just make your way, put the table back up. He seems frantic. He says, just put the table back up so that nothing can get in and follow me.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna kind of move the table out of the way so the rest of the party can...
Flesh Lord, you can come and bring your NPC.
Give me just 1 second, my serum scape got all stupid.
No worries, I'll move it then.
Okay, I opened it back up. It should be working.
Okay, can you hear the thunder?
Yes.
No. I wonder if it's because I disconnected partway through. Shit.
What about now? Okay, I will send you. Man, I hope this isn't like a. This Sirenscape doesn't become like a pain in the butt.
Here, try removing me again, and I'll re-enter.
Okay, I'm gonna send you a. See that works. Because I paid for the program, so I want everyone to listen. Can everyone hear the sounds hear now?
Yep, now I can hear it. Sorry.
Matt and Michael, you good?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you hear as Captain Vasson's here, you see as you walk up, continue to follow him, guys.
Okay, we put the table back just so I
Yep.
don't forget.
Oh, while we're following him, do you mind if I cast my regenerate Eidolon on myself?
I thought you already used that. Yesterday.
No, I never ended up using it at the end of the game because I still only have limited HP.
So
Oh, yeah, I forgot to tell
you
you.
only have one spell left, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, roll. Okay.
That's the kind of number I like to see.
Roll, send me your HP. I could have swore you casted that last week, but okay. Yeah, Matt, send me your HP.
It should have just gone through. Sorry.
Oh, I see. Let me put that down here.
I was struggling.
That's fine. Restraint. Cody, you can just. I don't care. Okay. So what's the difference in the temp and normal? Is that temp?
The temporary HP is my Eidolon's HP.
Okay. So as you're following Vastin, you see the guards on edge. You see they're on edge and you can't figure out why. But you hear, it seems like you hear screams coming down the hallway. And they have their bows and they're shaking. And you hear, it seems like the stuff being jumbled around from the hallway which you were in. And all of a sudden you hear, it seems like a door creaking open past the barricade.
Somewhere in this hallway. Nothing we see though, yeah?
Nope, it's dark. I mean, you have dark vision, but no, you just see gray. You see, the bodies on the floor. You see where half the table that, got melted from the acid rain. You see, past the barricade. Yep. You don't see anything in peculiar. You just hear stuff past the barricade into the darkness.
Detect magic?
Is there also any way I could tell how... Go ahead.
I'm sorry, continue.
I'm just wondering if I can tell how close the sound was. Can I roll for that?
It's pretty far away.
Okay.
I just know that because just your passive perception, you barely hear it.
Okay. Well, I guess we should proceed with caution. I'm trying to think of any doors that we haven't gone in other than in that last room at the top.
Oh, that might be a good place to look.
Yeah, I think we'll go forward. What was the scream? Is there someone missing from your camp?
And Captain Vass says, "No, everyone's accounted for." He's like, "We don't let anyone in or out. You're the only three we've let out since we've been cornered here. So we've been bunkered down here."
Okay.
He said, replies to you, "Are you sure there's not anyone else that was down in the cellars that you talked about? Winter informed me that you were trapped in the cellars down below."
I don't know.
Just a pile of corpses.
And the two bodies we brought back.
He says, "You think that there may have been someone almost dead laying in a pile of corpses and now they're back, or?"
I guess.
I mean, unless you threw a living body down there.
Nope.
Let's backtrack. I don't know if we should go back to where that pile of corpses was.
Let's check around upstairs here first before we go heading outside again.
So, the captain says, "Okay, I'm gonna let you out. Follow me." So he takes you, and he's, you notice that he's pretty serious about the door opening and whatnot. He says, if we hear anything you could be shot at, make sure you announce yourself. He says, once I open the door, I'm going to lock it. I'm going to lock it quickly back.
Okay.
Okay. So
Is there anything special we need to do to get back in, or are you going to be on the listen for us?
He says, we'll be on listen for you. He says, if you're not back within 10 minutes, we're going to assume that you're dead.
I have a little more confidence in us than that. Come on.
Yeah, within 10 minutes. Wow.
Yeah. He says we sent out. He says one or two of our guys in the initial riot went out and never came back, so you can't be too trustworthy. He says, I'm going to give you a safe word. He says, the safe word will be Royal Accuser. The latest
Royal
Accuser.
Okay. Accuser. All right.
At that moment, you hear him slam the door. He slams the door. You hear various locks, makeshift locks, close behind you. And then you see Vastin with a torch outside the barricade. He says, good luck. He fades into the darkness. But you can see him if you have dark vision, but you get the point.
Well, off we go.
Yeah, I'm going to be right behind you. Move this stupid map as I go. Because Roll20 hasn't figured out how to do maps for some reason. So we're back at this place that meanders around the rubble, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Just remember to go around. I mean, you pretty much, you go back to this room and you've noticed, oddly enough, you can roll me a perception check, boys.
Alright, you want this whispered as well?
It should be whispered, yeah. I don't want to metagame with rolls. Just whisper me everything. I'll be fair to y'all. Do you want me to, if you notice that somebody doesn't else notice, should I give it to you, or should I just take leniency as DM to just tell you if I think you want it kept secret?
That's fine, yeah.
Okay.
If
that
did not work.
That's okay, it's okay. He already rolled, it's no worries. You notice on the table that, it seems like a couple of knives are gone. You notice that, that the creatures that were here, that you killed, are also gone.
Well, that's not good. He did say things have a tendency to come back to life, didn't he? What did you say about the table, Jeremy? I'm sorry.
You just noticed certain tools and instruments are gone. That
are missing.
That were there before, yeah.
Okay, hey, it looks like I didn't study it very well the first time, but it looks like some things are missing from this table, like someone has come and moved some tools around.
Well, we better go and greet our new guests.
This room is currently empty, Brian, yeah?
Yep. So you see you see a wooden door in front of you.
Is it locked?
Yeah. As you jig,
yeah.
As you jig, you notice that it's not locked.
I'll push it open, but I won't enter.
I tell you what, I'll stand here beside it too, out in the corner.
So as you push the door open, you hear the creaking of the door. You hear this voice.
The Daughterman says you all must die. No survivors. All must die. The witch, she commands it. She didn't tell me which ones were the important ones, though. So we start with you.
At that moment, as you open the door, you see this figure with a knife over a table. Overlooking. He's standing up over a table, and you can see him start to make the same incisions that he made on your party member, or the guy you didn't know's name downstairs, and in this previous room on the last session. You see him kind of pulling it, and like he doesn't notice you. He seems so ingrained in this process of this culturing of pulling skin apart or whatnot, and plus this person's screaming. He's letting out horrible wails of pain and agony. And
Yeah, I'm gonna charge this guy.
And you just see this grin.
I'm gonna yell for Juklin to heal to take care of the person on the table, and I'm gonna charge this guy and smack him in the face.
All right, I'm gonna kind of like roll my eyes, like, okay, I guess we're going.
We'll yell at them as I crash into the room.
Okay,
Do not desecrate flesh.
Okay, roll. At that moment, Michael, your character, you see this creature above you making cuts and incisions. At that time, you hear the door burst open, and you notice you see this amalgam of just flesh and mouths and just this monstrosity. But what's odd is it seems like it's coming to your aid. Behind it, you see a huge half orc with white pupils, and then you see this meekly human priest slumped over, kind of like this behind them, dragging along like a battered animal. But as you try to move, you realize you can't. You're tied. Okay, everyone, roll initiative.
All right. Try to select my token.
But you got some problems wrong, Cody, so you're good. If you could, add turn. 12. Okay. So jogging 12. Restraint 4.
Oof.
Michael got 13. So Flesh Lord got 22. Did I see that right? Okay, so Flesh Lord, you get an attack automatically.
Did I? Okay. Well, I already rolled. I rolled the attack as I entered the room, so.
Let me see if you. I think you hit. You should hit with that. What was that? 17? Yeah, you hit. So you let out. So your 17 hits. Because you're gonna make one attack, correct?
Yeah, since I had to move.
So and what was that? A D what plus a what?
That was a D8 plus 3.
So he looks startled as you hit him, and he looks around, like he looks surprised. He says, "You won't be able to." He says, "You won't be able to destroy us like that." He says, "Your efforts are futile." As he looks at you, he says, and he looks at you, your character, Cody, and he looks like he's kind of like amazed by all the different parts of flesh that are hanging off your body, and he gives out another grin and says, "I will add you to my." He says, "We'll add you to our collection." So he moves. Roll for him. 13 plus 14. Okay, so that was a surprise round, and Cody, your initiative 22. Cody, you get to go again.
That's what your compatriots said they'd add me to their collection as well, but none take command of the Flesh Lord.
Okay, so unfortunately, Cody, you're gonna miss all your attacks.
Now we're gonna lose this guy.
Okay, so as you say that at the end, and he's dodging all your attacks, he says, "I'm not like my other comrades." He drops his scalpel. Now, if you could see his if you could see the image a little bit, you know, he seems like he's like in like his doctor type gear. You look up and you see him transform, claws blaring. He says, he says, "I'm not like my other comrades." You see his eyes get sunken in and swollen, and it's odd, Cody, because even though his mouth went away, his eyes, as they look down at you, they still seem like they're smiling at you with like an evil type sinister look, and he attacks. So he attacks. I think that's a 16. That's a hit. I don't know. I'm just asking. So 216. Did that hit you? Yes or no?
That is a hit.
Okay. So my first attack.
God damn, he is getting a hell of a buff to hit.
So 5 damage, Cody, for the first attack, and then 8, 12 on the second one. So 8, 12 damage. So he lets out a massive claw attack that catches the Flesh Lord in the face. But again,
You said 8 and 12 damage?
Yeah, 8. No. 5 and 12 damage.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Well, that's going to be a problem. So I collapse to the floor.
The Flesh Lord collapses to the floor. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, that's the first collapse of the Flesh Lord. Okay. I'm using new rules to make the game a little harder. So I'll kind of talk to you about those rules as we go along, and if they're deemed too hard, we can take them out, or we can modify them. But anyway, so the Flesh Lord collapses to the floor. This creature, as he continues to look down upon you, you hear his voice says, "I told you I wasn't like my comrades." And says,
Leader.
I will add you. It says, you will be added to my collection. And he points to Matthew's character next. Okay, now it is the person on the table.
Okay. I am still not 100% sure how to do the whisper rolls. I know how to message you with whisper.
It's okay, we'll figure it out. This is combat, no biggie.
Well, I guess my, be escaping, I assume I'm restrained somehow?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What are the restraints?
They're just like leather restraints. We have 2.
Okay.
We have 2 here, like behind your head, like you're kind of, and then like, classic James Bond, here, and then your feet.
Okay. So is it just like strength check or escape artist?
Yep.
One of the 2? Alright. I will try a strength check.
Okay. Wow. Wow. 21.
Apparently I'll do more than try.
Wow. Jeez.
I'm looking at escape. You said strength. I'm gonna do escape artist. Just a little escape artist. You know what? You roll 21. I think that's good. You get out.
That's as high as I'm getting.
You get out of both hand restraints.
Nice.
But your feet restraints are still there. You get out. That could be your move action though. Do you want to try to do anything else?
Is there...
you see this flesh creature come at you, charge him, hit. This creature unleashes his deadly claws and starts to attack the flesh. This creature goes down on the ground, and now you're trying to get out of your restraints.
Yeah, and you'll notice that when I collapsed, all of the weird fleshy bits just kind of melted off like gelatin, and there's just a human.
Is there anything nearby within reach? Any, the tools that he was using or going to use on me, or anything like that?
Let's roll. I think that they would be very likely. Chaos factor 5. Let me roll a D100. Somewhat likely, very, very likely. Let's see. 27. Very likely. Yep, there is. There is a surgical knife that looks like it's honestly too big to be a surgical knife.
Okay.
Yeah, so there is one.
Then my other action, I'm going to pick that up and arm myself.
Okay, so you move action, you pick it up and you arm yourself. That in your turn?
Yeah.
Okay, now it is Juglin's turn. What is Juglin going to do?
That's a good question, because my original plan was for him to heal the guy on the table, but I just got one shot by whatever this is, so I might be asking you what he would do in this situation.
I think Juglin, he does follow you. I think it's likely that he would heal you. Let's roll. Yep, he heals you.
Okay, let me roll that.
And Michael, I'm using a fate chart.
I saw that in the Discord.
Yep. We use it for NPCs and things, If I have a hard time deciding, not the metagame, I'll use it. Okay. 4 plus 1. So at that time, you see Juggler start to pray to some type of unnamed god as he moves his hand, does a quick prayer, and you hear him lay his hands and start casting a heal on the flesh lord. Can anybody hear the sound effect? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you are healed 5. Flesh Lord's healed 5 HP. That'll be Juggler's turn. Now it is Restraint's turn.
Seeing this guy immediately makes my blood start to boil. He's already threatened to add me to some collection, and I see this guy on the table in the restraints, and it's giving me some like PTSD.
You notice that he's wearing a doctor's coat.
This guy is that guy.
Yep. You know he's wearing a doctor's coat.
Oh yeah, I'm like in a matter of 0 to
Do you want
60.
to? I'm not sorry to interrupt you. Do you want to because if you don't want to rage, you'd have to roll a rule save not to rage, because that's one thing that you are struggling with. Your character, when he sees a doctor's coat, he's immediately getting mad and going after them. Do you want to roll a rule save to not rage?
No. I'm gonna let the Hulk come out, like the beast within. It's. I can't even stop it at this point.
Okay, so as you see, you walk in the room, you see your comrade down. You see Juggling frantically trying to heal your down comrade. But what you notice, you don't see any, like you know that's going on, but it's like the whole room goes black. And all you can see is this dingy little doctor's coat with this horrifying creature in it. So what is this restraint going to do?
Real quick, Restraint's player is going to ask the DM to remind him what the Amulet of Natural Armor we picked up in the last... Was it just a +1?
He gives you a +1 to your AC.
That's what I thought. Great. I just need to do some math, because, with the rage. Because that's just offset by the rage, right? So if the rage is a -2, then that's just now a -1.
Yeah.
Okay. That's how I interpret it anyway. Great. I'm gonna grip my table leg in my hand so hard that I hear it crack a little bit. I'm gonna start running at this guy, and I can't stand on the flesh lord.
You can, because he's down. He's still down. Yeah.
That's alright. I won't stand on my fallen comrade. I'm going to, because I did learn, you're right, there was nothing, Arcane Strike was not a level 2, I can use it from the beginning, so I'm going to use Arcane Strike to imbue my table leg with some of my rage magic, and I'm going to roll to smack that guy as hard as I physically can. Let me check my level 1 rolls, because, yep. Sorry, let me double check the Arcane Strike real quick and make sure it is in fact
attacking damage.
+1 to the attack, that's right. And damage, yep, great. So that's to attack.
19, okay.
And that's my damage. Thank God I got that +1.
I thought table leg was D6.
Is it? I am happy to make it a D6. It was a D6 originally when we played, and then when we rebooted, it became a D4.
Okay, we'll just keep that then. So at that moment, you hear. At that moment, you see a Restraint yell. His eyes, he's got white pupils. You see like little bloodlines start to be drawn. You see him start to sweat profusely. He grabs this improvised weapon and just charges into the room and swings. You hear the weapon impact. At that moment, you hear flesh start to be ripped off of this this gray-like creature. You did 5 damage.
5 damage.
Okay, so now it is the Flesh Lord's turn. While you're on the ground in front of this guy.
Let's see. God, I really don't want to have to do it this way, but I have to ask. Okay, I gotta read up on exactly what I can do with that point you gave me last week is, because I might need it. Would I be able to use my hero point to resummon my Eidolon?
No, because you can only resummon your Eidolon once a day.
But I have not summoned it today.
I could definitely look those rules up, but I feel like since you summoned it when you got it this morning, that's it being summoned.
Oh yeah, that's true. It's still the same day before, huh?
Yeah, it's still the same day, yeah.
Okay, I won't worry about that then. Can I use it to get up without him getting an attack of opportunity?
I think that's fine for you to use your hero point.
Yeah, because if he hits me, I'm dead. So, I very heroically stand up.
So the summoner, sorry, this, what you see a small, Michael, your character, you see a small, just, he's pale, correct, Cody?
Yeah.
But he's got scars all over him, and you notice like his hands burned. He's just weak, and he's just like malnutrition. He's got like a pot belly, but he gets up, and as this creature starts to claw at him again, somehow he actually falls back. He's not prone. He falls back, evading the claw, but he catches himself and somehow manages to get up. And I will have him take his 5-foot step as well. Was that okay, Cody?
Because that was going to be the plan.
Yep. You see that happen. Okay?
And since that only takes movement, if I'm correct, I'm going to summon monster behind this nice gentleman.
Okay.
And I'm going to conjure a viper behind him, as we did with the first time this happened. So, for the person laying on the table, all of my spells are flavored in the Flesh Lord's flavor. So he extends his hands, and you just see gloopy, gelatinous flesh essentially extend off of his arms and form a snake behind the person we're fighting.
Okay.
If I wasn't raging, I would probably think that's really gross.
Most people would.
I don't think I see it.
I don't know where the snake enters the turn order.
I think it's after. He'll go last.
Okay.
Now it is the flesh creature. He looks at the flesh lord, and he's kind of like, when he sees this like weak humanoid, he doesn't have the same grin that he once had when he saw you into the room. So now he moves over, just taking a 5-foot step, and he looks at Matt. He looks at your character's strength, and he says, "Ah, the one that got away. You must be added back to the collection," and attacks.
Fat chance.
14. That's gonna be a hit with all my bonuses.
I mean, it's a hit without your bonuses.
Hit. I'm gonna do Go back to it.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. So that is 8. That is 8 damage, and then let's roll my other one. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, 8 plus 3. Excuse me, 4 plus 3. God, my math is bad. So 8. Just do 8 damage, Matthew, and then do.
Okay. I forgot to add my temporary real quick, so I'm gonna put that in.
Okay, so do 8 damage, Matthew, and do 6 damage. So altogether, what's that? 13.
Oof. That's not good. Okay.
Are you on the ground?
Not yet, but I'm looking rough.
Okay.
You said 13 total?
Yep.
Ooh, yikes. Yeah. Ouch, that hurt.
So now it is this new person on the table still. Michael?
Okay. For the tokens, is it green is health, blue's armor? Is that right?
I don't really use them, but yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I think the red is your normal pool, your green is your temporary, and your blue's armor is what I've always done.
Oh, gotcha. Well, then it's for my usage, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's the way you can see it.
Yeah. Alright. Then I guess I'm gonna use my standard, it would be, to try and get my leg restraints with that, knife. You said large knife?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and free my legs at least.
Okay. Roll your check. You should be able to get this for your attacking damage.
I have to roll to hit.
I mean, you could make a 1. You could fumble.
You okay?
You could hit yourself. You can just normal roll. You don't have to worry about. Wow. So with that roll, I'm gonna say that you.
I should be gambling. Jesus.
As you swipe, you take this wild swing at your foot. It's just like you don't like meticulously try to cut. You take a wild swing, and with that one swing, you cut both restraints. So now you're free of your bondage.
Okay. Then my character's first thought. Then he sees these other two. A half orc and 2 humans.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He's gonna move off the table, and just call that his turn, because he's just bewildered and trying to get his bearings. Okay. Is this literally like his first moment of consciousness? He can't remember anything else?
Yep.
Okay. Then yes, he just takes a moment to get his wits about him.
Okay. Now it is Juglin's turn. Cody.
Let's see. Juglin will move to heal the most recently battered person in our group, which would be Matt's character.
Yeah, I think he would do that.
Yeah. Let me also, since we are on this, because I'm now down level from the last time I built this, I did misread my temporary, and I'm actually unconscious.
Okay, that's fine. So cure light wounds. What did he roll? A 7?
So it comes out to a 7 total.
7. Wow. So restraint. You are now healed 7.
Oh, nice.
How many more cure light wounds do you have? That the last one?
That was it.
Okay. So you're healed 7. Juggling moved, and then he did. So now restraint. You were unconscious. What do you want to do now?
Remind me, I think this is the first time this has happened while I've been raging. Do I lose my rage automatically when I go unconscious?
Yeah, I would assume so.
Yes, it does. Yeah. Immediately ends placing him in peril of death. Okay, but as far as I know, there's nothing stopping me from raging again. So I'm gonna get up. I'm a little woozy from being knocked out and then immediately healed. That was probably pretty confusing, but the guy with the...
If you want to attack while laying on the ground, you can, but you have a negative penalty on attack rolls.
Oh, no need.
Okay.
This guy's still standing in front of me. I still see the white lab coat. I still see red, so I'm ready. What did you do?
You got up in front of me, so I tried to attack you.
Oh, right. Yes, I'm standing up. I'm raging again. I'm going to try to hit him like I did the last time. I'm going to use Arcane Strike.
You get +2. You're flanking.
And I'm flanking. Ooh, look at that. Nice.
Is that flanking? The snake like that?
It is indeed. As long as you can draw a line between Matt's character and the snake, and at any point that line crosses through the creature they're focusing on, it's considered flanking.
Cool. So that it loses its dex bonus. So I see its AC. Okay, Matt.
All right. That's +3 because the Arcane Strike. Ooh, not so good.
Oh man.
I was rocked.
Okay. So the character, it looked like you see it like being hurt. It's looking well, kind of confused. Like it looks extremely confused right now. Now it is the Viper's turn.
Just one sec. Jeremy, what do you want to consider that knife, just so I can look up the stats for future?
A dagger.
Dagger? Gotcha.
Cool. Jeremy, not to off myself too early when I'm already down, but I did critically fail Technically, I rolled a 1,
I
and then my mod.
I didn't even notice it. We can. Yeah, I'm trying to incorporate a lot of rules. Just you gotta remind me when it happens.
Okay, sorry.
I missed it. If I miss it, I'm not worried about it. Okay.
Okay, so for the Viper, does a 16 hit? Or sorry, 18.
Holy crap.
Yeah, what the
Yeah,
heck?
it
It must be.
Yeah.
Okay,
5.
so that's 1 damage guaranteed. It can't go higher than that. And then he has to make a Fortitude save of a DC 9.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm assuming he makes it.
Now it is the Flesh Lord's turn.
Fuck. I don't even know what to do. This guy's way stronger than we were ready for. But the Flesh Lord does not retreat. So, I am going to place my hand upon restraint. Oh no, shit, I'm out of spells for the day too.
Yep.
Fuck. Flesh Lord does not retreat. I'm gonna move forward and I'm gonna stab this guy.
Wow.
Nice.
Okay, roll. Wow, you hit him 1 damage.
Woo!
Nice.
And that's with my shitty 8 strength.
I see that. You hit him. You got some negatives, but you hit him. Wow. So now it is the creature's turn again. He looks at you and he deals his claws. I'm gonna attack restraint 1 time. Let me make sure. We're gonna attack restraint 1 time.
Oh, Jesus.
Then I'm gonna attack the Flesh Lord. Wow!
Oh,
crit! Yeah! Let's go!
God.
Let's go! It's getting thick in here. Let me confirm let me confirm my crit. Let me confirm my crit.
Now I forget. Did we decide we were going to start using that weird crit table?
Yeah. So let me see.
Oh, this is going to be interesting then.
Let me see.
This is gonna be interesting.
Okay, I confirmed a crit. So let's see.
What am I losing?
Well, I'm gonna roll Matthew's damage first. So Matthew's damage is. Wow. Okay, so Matthew just take 2 plus 4, so take 6 damage. Flesh Lord, let me go to the crit table.
Wait, sorry, how much damage again?
I think I said 6.
6, okay.
Okay, let's see. Critical hit and fumbles. Cody, I'll let you roll a 1d30.
Is there a way to roll a custom number?
Yeah, I think you just roll one. I think you just say slash roll. One. Hold on, let me see. Yep.
Yeah, D3, weird. Okay.
Wow, I don't. The crit. Wow, you got lucky. I rolled it. You just take normal damage. No double damage. And are you wearing armor?
Nope.
And your armor is destroyed.
No.
I mean, we're agreed to use these rules. So you take normal damage, which is a 1d8. Ooh. You just take 6 plus 4. You take 10 damage.
And I'm down again.
Damn.
Hey, that was, dude, the crit. I mean, could have been a lot worse. Now it is the summon down as well? The summon not there as well since you're down?
As far as I know, it should stay. I mean, I don't think anything says that it disappears when I'm unconscious.
Well, will you look that up? So now we got Michael's character. What does your character do after seeing this, Michael?
All right. Correct me if I'm wrong. The half orc is still standing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm gonna make my way around the table and behind the thing. and try and join in on this.
Okay.
As bad as an idea that seems.
You hit.
Yes.
Okay. You hit her.
Oh, I guess that rolls the attack and the damage. I was just trying to do the damage.
Well, that's fine. So, if you take your surgical knife and you just try to stab him, but he kind of glides away, but you still get under his rib. And you can see him start to bleed, and he still looks confused as he continues his assault. Now it is Juglin's turn.
Well, Juglin's having his hands full, but luckily we took this, and I'm very glad that that he has it now. He'll cast Rebuke Death on me.
Okay, Rebuke Death. Wow, okay, roll. Wow. Bam, 4.
And I'm up to -1.
Okay.
Oh god.
I think you're healed. Are you healed to 0 once you do healing spells or no?
No,
Okay.
He should be stable, though.
You
I am stable, but I'm not I'm not back to 0. That's 5th edition, and 5th edition's weird.
Yeah.
So you're stable. Now it is Restraint's turn. You on the ground still, Restraint? You back on the ground?
Very nearly.
Okay.
I'm so dangerously close. It's not funny. I would like. Oh,
Did
go ahead.
we? Oh no! Sorry, never mind.
I would like to roll a will save to try to break my rage.
Okay.
So far, I'm up to 2 rounds, right? Okay. So here we
You're
go.
exhausted after you break a rage.
Fatigued for twice the number of rounds, which is fine, except that I can also continue to rage. It's weird. Yeah, it's weird. But actually, you know what? We never had to do that before. If I'm fatigued and then that's complicated, but it sounds like Pathfinder. Do you know this? If I'm fatigued and I have a -2 to strength, does my rage bonus to strength go against that -2 or against my normal?
-2.
Against the -2.
Usually you can't rage when fatigued. Unless you have some kind of special feature that says otherwise.
Oh, you know what? Let me double check that. I always assumed I had, but...
Because I know, like, one of the level ups they eventually get at, like, 8th or 9th is that they can enter rages even when fatigued.
Why do I have the most suspicious feeling Jeremy has just thrown us into like a rocks fall kind of boss fight?
Yeah, right. You are correct. That is the fine print that I misread. I cannot enter while fatigued, but if for some reason the battle lasted long enough that I became not fatigued, then I could go back and go.
You better attack or do something.
Yeah, I'm just gonna attack then. I'm probably gonna die, but there's no other way about it. All right, here we go. Same as last time. I bet I hit with that.
Nice.
It's about darn time. All right, so here we go. Table legs D4 because my DM hates me, and I'm gonna do this from the damage. How's that?
Wow. 7
Nice.
damage at that moment. You see Restraint take the leg, and he hits it so hard. Let's see if it breaks.
Ooh, I'd love for that to happen.
It breaks and splinters in him. You see the creature's eyes roll back. It hits the wall, bounces, hits the floor, and you see blood start to ooze from his eyes, ears, and nose.
Holy shit.
Delicious.
And you see Restraint just...
Can I just like bare knuckle start beating him
You can.
until I'm fatigued? Like I'm probably not even doing any damage. I just want to like wail on him until my breath runs out and I have to stop.
Restraint falls on the floor on top of the dead body.
I'm assuming we're out of combat.
Step back there.
Okay, Juglin's gonna rebuke death on me again.
My rage is over.
Okay, so I am awake again at the very least.
Mm-hmm.
Let me put in my fatigue penalties. Because that's a real thing. Strength and dex.
I take a moment to look around the room and continue getting my bearings now that the one really hostile thing seems dealt with. Does any of this look familiar to me?
Let me. So you notice that this person, this half orc, looks really familiar to you, Michael. And the flesh lord, the child body, looks really familiar. This priest does not look familiar at all. Like you it's like the half orc. You view him kind of like as like a younger brother, almost.
Interesting.
Okay. Sorry,
are you
your question again?
mine?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I just asked if I looked around the room, does anything about this room seem familiar or not?
Can we roll some perception checks for those who can? Restraint's still on the floor.
Yeah, I'm not seeing shit.
I was just gonna ask this lady over here. Does she look alive? Can Juglin figure it out?
You can touch her and make a heal check. Sorry, I didn't want to sound like a smart butt.
Jeremy, I got a question when you have a second.
Okay. Here was all together. So you see this room. You see several wide tables and a gigantic wash basin. It feels like a laundry type area. The place looks like it was repurposed as a failed surgery. You see at least one table back in the back is discarded with heaped with corpses, like discarded into corners. Corpses in the room that you didn't even notice, and now that you're here, you're starting to pick up a small smell. You see a lantern kind of in the far side, which is why you could kind of see that spot. So there's a lantern right here. I will ping it. But you see this bodies, and then you see this lifeless female laying on the table, naked. Juglin pokes her. He goes and puts his fingers up to her throat. He waits. You see him counting out loud. 1, 2, 3. And then you see him grab her wrist. He says, "She's alive." And he goes down to listen. And you can see him hear a faint breath. He says, "She's alive, but barely."
Okay.
My character's just kind of muttering, and like realistically, Juglin's probably holding his hand and walking him along at this point, because his eyes are shaking. He's muttering to himself, just staring at the floor. I'm assuming Juglin would probably rebuke death on this lady. He still has more uses per day of that.
Okay. At that time. Okay.
While they're doing this.
This is what the lady looks like. So you rebuke death, and she comes to. I need. I need Juglin to make a saving throw of a. I need him to make a will save. Wow. So Juglin feels this huge force come like over him. He gets knocked over to the wall. You see Juglin go. The girl comes up, Juggling gets jetted to the wall. But you see somehow this scrawny hunchback man catches a table. Well, this I don't know what he's doing, but he catches himself between the wall and the table as that happens, and he's kind of stuck there, like flabbergasted, like, what happened? What's going on? And you see this girl like look at you, and she backs up on the table.
Is she also restrained?
No.
Wow, VIP treatment.
And she's looking at you, and she says, "Get back! Who are you?"
My character is just going to stare down at Juglin, and you will actually see tears forming in his eyes as he just mutters Juglin's name over and over, looking worried at him. Just completely lost to the world.
Cody, while we're doing this, find me a little boy picture or something so I can put as your character right now. Okay. Continue, Michael.
Crazy.
Is restraint still like
I'll
like
roll.
knelt, kneeled
I'll roll
over the body?
Well, he's over that body, yeah.
Okay.
I'm. If it's okay, I don't know. You were not rolling for me, I'm guessing, but at this point, I think I've sort of rugged myself up onto this table for support.
Let's see if you have or not. I think that
Yeah.
it's 2 rounds. You're exhausted now. You're exhausted at this point, so you take a lot of negatives. Let's see. 96. You're all rolling good. Yeah. You're up.
Well, okay, hang on. Let me clarify something. So I should only be. Let's see. I should only be fatigued for 6 rounds.
So this is part of the new rule system. So every time you go down, say you have 1 HP, you go down. You can't go back up. You're fatigued because your Constitution modifier is +2. So you have 1 more point in your Constitution threshold. So like right now, the Flesh Lord is exhausted. Right?
Okay.
So you went down once or twice? Just once?
Went down once.
Okay,
Yeah.
So
Yes.
you're fatigued. So you went, but see, since you were raging, you're actually exhausted now. So you have so your Constitution's 14. You went down to -0, below 0. So if you would have got back up, you would have been fatigued. So since your raging leaves you at fatigued, you're at exhaustion now. So like, does that make sense? That makes sense. Yeah, and I'll show you the rules, and if y'all don't like these rules, it's we can go to them. Anyway.
If that was in the Discord, then I missed that
No, it's fine. I'll write it all out. I'm sorry if it loses you or whatnot, and if I think the game's going to end or something, I'll throw y'all a bone. If I think y'all are going to.
Run charge -6. Okay, that makes sense. So
right.
it does work differently because a fatigued character becomes exhausted by doing something else that would normally cause fatigue. That makes sense. I was already fatigued. I did something that caused. Okay. Oh, look at this. I know that guy. Anyway, sorry. Cool. I need to adjust that in my character sheet. -6s. Yeah, so I'm barely hanging onto that table, like literally shaking, I think, probably, because I'm so weak.
Yep.
I was asking because my character was going to move over and try and help him.
Yeah, you can
get
help him.
steady.
Help him up. So the character sees, she sees, and so she sees, I guess you want her to see this thing on the ground, I take it?
What?
Michael?
What was that?
I guess you want her to see what's on the ground?
No, I was moving over to help restraint up because he.
Okay, so you help restraint up though, so you have him up on the table. You start to hear this from her. Excuse me, you start to hear this. And she says she points her hand and she says, "Please stay back." As you hear those those sounds, excuse me.
Right. Who is she speaking to? Sorry.
She's speaking to Juglin at this point, because Juglin's the one that touched her.
Gotcha.
Does that picture work? He looks pretty crazy to me.
Perfect.
Oh, I'm an idiot. I forgot about my racial ability.
That's fine. We'll get it.
I mean, it means I can still use it, but if I had used it in that moment, I probably wouldn't be exhausted, but that's fine.
I ask Restrain, you're familiar to me. Please tell me that you recognize me too. Otherwise, I fear that I'm very, very lost here.
Restrain, you
Do I?
recognize him. You do recognize him, but
How
you don't
so?
know where. You don't know where.
Is it maybe in a dream that I've seen him?
In a dream, yes, but you know you think you've known him for years now. You feel pretty comfortable with him, oddly enough. Like you know you shared a drink with him. You know that you were brother, maybe locked in by a secret, maybe locked in by blood or combat. You've had combat with him before somehow.
Hmm. I I feel like we have history, but I woke up in this place same as you, not really knowing how I got here. I can't explain, but maybe there's something that binds us together. I don't know what's real though. I've had so many strange dreams.
Like that demonic thing that was over me?
Well, the dreams I've had are of a man in rags walking in a vacant city, and that yellow mist is everywhere. We've seen some of those monsters over you. They were over you before. We've killed a few. There was one torturing some of us when we first woke up.
I just seem lost in thought for a moment, and then I look over to the other two and say, they're helping you get out?
Yeah, we're kind of all in this together. We found the hunchback man here, and he had lost his mind, but the one that calls himself Flesh Lord managed to heal his mind and restore it. So we're just looking for a way out, and so far we haven't found one.
Okay. He'll offer his arm to Restraint, and like he's going to move and get everybody together, basically move southwards to join up with them.
Normally, I don't accept like much help from. I don't feel like I've accepted much help from other people because of this strange bond. I'm gonna like accept without question.
Okay.
Thank you. I'm gonna say thank you.
So again, so that's that scenario again. Juggling and the Flesh Lord. Flesh Lord's kind of worried. So what would Juggling do? Do we have stats for Juggling for the diplomacy? Did I send you his stats, or do we?
Yeah, I got his stuff.
Is that who I think it is?
Funny enough, Juglin has the same level of diplomacy as the Flesh Lord does.
So did you make that? Or did I send you that?
You sent me that.
Really? Okay. So what does Juggling want to say to this?
Gosh, it's hard for me to play characters that I'm not used to.
Diplomacy.
I mean, I guess he would probably just try and calm her down, just try and settle her.
Yeah, I think the descriptive role playing for him is totally acceptable.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
If he ever becomes my war priest, I'll start doing him I'll create a character for him a little more so, but it's hard playing somebody else.
Real quick, Flesh Lord, while you're speaking of playing two characters, when we were divvying up the potion of Cure Light Wounds, I wrote it down in my inventory, but I can't remember if I actually ended up with one and someone else got one. Or
I held on to one, and then you have one, and then Juglin has the two scrolls.
The scrolls, that's right. Okay, perfect. I believe I'm going to. Well, I'll hold on to mine for now.
Smart.
I'm close to needing it.
Okay, so she still seems very unfriendly.
Okay. Does she actually look young? Like, she looks young in the picture, but like...
Yeah, she looks exactly like the picture.
Okay.
So she's...
She kind of...
Do you know why you're here, child?
She says I don't remember anything. I just remember this man in garments and claws and teeth running in my face and people screaming, and I can hear the flesh being cut and screams just echoing down the hallways. And then I just know that I was here. And then I saw that creature, and then my eyes just began to close. I don't remember anything.
Why were you not tied to that table? You had no restraints on you.
She says she doesn't know.
I'm not sure I trust her. I'm giving her the eye.
Your story sounds pretty similar to the rest of us, though, from the little I've heard already.
This is true. She may just be as confused as we are.
It doesn't sound like you want our help, though.
Do you know anyone else here? You don't remember anything, or
No, I don't remember my name. I don't know. I remember vague. She grabs her head. She remember. She can remember when she was a child. When playing in a field. And that's about it. She remembers her parents. She says I don't remember.
I'm gonna look at.
I sent you a roll on what Jublin's doing.
I'm gonna say we might need to rest again at the camp. Maybe we can take her back and see if they want to look after her. I think she's just gonna be holding us down if she stays with us, and probably won't be safe. Jeremy, when the sounds erupted earlier, was that something like emitting from her hands?
The sound, it was made from this juggling.
Oh,
I
okay.
guess you can say out of thin air what it seems like that.
But she was not.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I'm just trying to figure out if she was the source of that or the cause.
Does Juglin sense anything out of sorts with this lady?
No, Juglin. He seems that her story is about the same as yours, as a flesh lord, as the small man child that is behind him.
Oh, by the way, when you brought up resting, the Flesh Lord actually just kind of tugs on Juglin's on his sleeve, and about as meekly as you can imagine, says, "I'm sleepy," and kind of waves his hand around a little bit, and conjures a pony from his own legs.
Oh.
It just kind of sloops out of his legs, and he just lays down on top of it.
Okay.
This will take me, Juglin. You stay awake. And he's just gonna fall asleep on a pony.
Oh, you got a bigger pony for me?
Only one for now.
He's Shazam! I just realized who he is. He's Shazam.
Okay.
He's fleshy Shazam.
Fresh Shazam!
So that's what she says, and Juglin says her story lines up with.
I'm gonna look at Juglin and say, I think we should just take her back to the camp. I don't know if someone there might recognize her, but she's not safe here. And honestly, I think we need to recuperate. I am not doing so well.
Okay.
Yes, it seems like a good idea. Let's do it.
You will go back to the camp. And
Yep.
As you walk, I'm just gonna have people there. Juglin's walking.
We're gonna fade through
Does
the
she
wall.
agree to come with us then?
Yeah, she leaves.
Yeah,
You
that's
leave,
good.
You leave, but you hear small footsteps from behind. You notice, and as you look back, you see her there. And like when you look back, she's kind of skittish.
Yeah, I mean, it's at this point she can stay and fend for herself, but I've got to get back, take a rest. Can't have another encounter.
I will wait a little bit. I don't need to be like right up against her, but I'll stay closer just so she doesn't get lost.
My kind of patience, I think, has run out with her, and I'm just one track mind now. I've got to get back and.
So you hear the tink 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 tink.
Wait! It's us. What's the stupid safe word? I don't know. Something. Fizzle.
Royal Accuser? Wasn't that it?
Accuser. That was it. Yeah. Open. Bang, bang, bang. I'm gonna bang on the door. I was just knocked out. Okay, I don't.
The captain says, "Good, you made it back." And as a party enters the room, he shuts the door. When the flesh sword leaves.
When the
When the flesh sword enters, he shuts the door.
wait, we've picked up a few extra members. We need to let them in. You can interrogate them in the hall if you like, but they don't seem to be a threat. One of us helped us escape from near death.
So, as the door opens again, Michael, your character kind of comes in. And you again. These people are paranoid so much. He says, "There's 2 more." He says, "Captain, there's 2 more ahead."
Yeah, I just said that. God, can you talk to your crew?
The captain says, "Be kind. They haven't slept in days. I know. I see." He looks at you and says, "I know you're banged up from fighting, but they're not trained soldiers like you." He's like, "One's a cook, and one's just a modern militiaman that got caught up, and he just got caught up in this." He says, "Be patient. They're not battle hardened like you are, like you and I."
You're right. I'm sorry. I just need to go lay down.
So he comes in. They come in, and then the captain he sees. Sorry, I don't know why that's working there. Why is There we go. Yeah, I don't understand.
You can move the barricade. That's cool.
Yeah. So Michael comes in. I'll say everybody comes to the hallway, and then she comes in, very skittish. The door's closed. He immediately summons her Winter to come and to gather the child. So you see a couple of the older women come in. They usher the child, they usher the young teen away. She comes in, she looks at you, Matt, and she says, "So great, 2 more mouths to feed."
Listen, at least one of these mouths is going to help us figure out a way to get out of here. For her,
To be fair, we've supplied this place with like 3 additional days worth of food. They don't get to complain about us bringing extra people to feed our food with.
You know what? You're right. He's right.
Like, to be completely fair.
Jeremy, do I hear that comment? Or can I even tell it was directed to me? Near me?
Yeah, you can hear that. Yes, you can.
I kind of look over at this complete stranger and say, "There's monsters I could carve up back there if you want something."
They're apparently forgetting that we've already purified some for them, and, don't ask.
She looks at restraint, and she says, "He's your responsibility. I don't need attitude here. I have enough to deal with." And she marches with the child and leaves and goes back into the church.
Oh,
Comes out, gives us attitude, tells us not to give her attitude.
Yeah, I'm gonna let that go because
I'm pretty much just playing my girlfriend here, guys. So I'm sorry.
I'm sorry too.
And we're sorry for you, man.
Yeah, right. Smoking hot that has an attitude.
Yeah, she's
So, we're gonna have to have an extra session after this. It'll just be therapy talking.
So that is that. So what's the party members want to do?
I am gonna, because I'm tired and I don't feel like actually like fighting her on the attitude like I would. I'm going to try to follow her and sort of apologize and say like, "Hey, sorry, we had a rough time and we almost died back there finding her. We were hoping that maybe someone here recognized her. She doesn't know where she is."
She said, like many of us, she's had a couple encounters with you, so she kind of begrudgingly smiles. That fake customer service smile. When somebody asks you for a wrench and you just got them a drink, and you smile and say, "No problem." That's a smile she gives you. And she says, she understands with that smile that I just described. And continues to
Okay. Oh, she's just gonna walk away before I can say, "Okay, great. I'm just gonna help myself to bed then."
So is it fair to assume that everyone sleeps?
I don't even know what time of day it is. I don't even know if that matters, but
Yeah, all time is lost.
You get my character back out of there. You get him out of that room. He doesn't go in there.
that's true. He won't. Yeah.
Okay.
Even out of Avalon?
Everybody level up to level 2.
Ooh, yeah.
Yay.
It's about time. Now I can actually use my character sheet. As it is intended.
So you want to take a break for a second and level up everybody?
Yeah, everyone level up. I think Matt should be fine. Just roll some HP, but
Roll for healing? Is that what it...
Yeah, I was just gonna ask, do you still roll for HP?
Yeah, roll for me real quick. Come on, good
You
roll
mean
for
really
Michael.
well?
Come on, good roll for Michael.
I know, he's been on fire tonight.
Come on, hey!
Whoa!
Oh,
Good
wow.
job, Michael.
Michael, you're gonna have to roll for all of us.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting.
Okay, bless
I'm gonna hold my action and let Michael do it. I gotta remember how much I actually get for. I'm pretty sure it's a D8 also.
Blood Rager?
Yeah.
I think it's higher than that.
Is it a D10? I'll be damned. I get so many of these characters in my head confused.
Yeah, D10.
Oh, look at me.
How do I actually increase my level number? Or is that
you have to
change?
manually do it.
Because it's grayed out for me along with my class, remember?
Yeah, that's true. That is still a problem. Mine is only not a problem because I was level 2.
What's the issue now?
There's no way to edit the character sheets are locked for all intents and purposes. Oop, sorry. That was an accident. But a good roll.
It shouldn't be. Let's see. Flesh Lord.
Oh, you know what?
Okay, I will.
I did a
start
fair-
doing